So, we're in Pleasant Valley. We've been alive less than a day, and we're sleeping in a barn. A word which totally isn't now a channel meme for all time. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Challenges meta-series, where we are taking on the Nomad Challenge. Far and away, so far, the easiest thing I shouldn't say that, but it's pretty straightforward so far. So one thing I didn't really do a lot of in the last episode was pay close attention to some of the clothing items that I picked up. Why, you ask? Because I picked up so many clothing items, it was almost too much to keep up with. But we're going to go ahead and put on these worn ski gloves, and I'm also, well, unfortunately, if I want to repair things, I need some light. Thankfully, I have an abundance of wood right here that I can do that with. Do I have something that I can actually start the fire with? That's a question. So I'll turn the lantern off in just a second. Yes, I do have the book. I forgot. I kept one book in my inventory, so that is handy. Let's go ahead and get a fire going, shall we? Start fire. Fire striker. Tinned plug. I picked up multiple accelerants, so I could be super lame, right? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I've got 4, and I can use 1. The fire starts a little faster. You don't have to wait as long for the fire to start. And we lose a little bit of weight in the process because we don't have to carry around that extra fire starter. So, you know, or the extra accelerant, rather. We're going to keep the fire striker, but lose the accelerant. So, now that that's done, actually, let me put all that cleaned wood in the fire because I will definitely be finding more wood. We now have a little bit of time because we rested at the end of the last episode. So since we did that, we have some time to take a look at what I'm wearing for clothing and actually start repairing everything all the way up so that I have some pretty good protection. Thankfully, I'm in pretty good shape. With the clothes that I found last episode, I found a freaking parka on the bed, of all things, which was not expected, but hey, I'll take it. So we've already got a parka. It's not the best parka in the game. The best parka is still the Expedition parka. But we'll take it. And let's definitely repair these worn ski gloves. One advantage of what I'm doing right now is that I'm passing time a little faster. That is one thing, particularly in these Pleasant Valley zones, because we certainly want to get out of here as soon as frickin' possible, for obvious reasons that don't need to be explained for the umpteenth time on this channel. I think the sun's actually rising, but since we want to get out of here pretty quickly, all of this harvesting that I'm going to be doing in just a second will help me pass the time that I need to be spending surviving in this place. So, from what I understand, there was a bug in the Nomad Challenge that was fixed late last year or perhaps in 2021. I just heard about this in a Twitch chat the other day, I want to say. So it wasn't something that... It's possible I might have heard about it when it first happened and just forgotten, but there was a bug that caused the 3-day requirement for all of these places we need to go to in this challenge to be doubled. So obviously that's a bit problematic, but... I don't think that that's going to be the case anymore. And if so, then we're just going to have to roll with it because we're playing these challenges in 2023. It's a way to see what the experience of playing these challenges is like with the latest updates, and in some cases even with the updates that are still to come, because by the time we finish some of these challenges, some of the other updates might be about to drop. You never know what we might be able to schedule in terms of, you know, kind of making these meta-series and these mini-series coincide with the updates that The Long Dark is putting out. So we'll just see how that goes. But I'm going to keep harvesting things. It is passing time, so the sun is slowly rising. We're getting a bit more light in here, thank God. And let me make sure I didn't just accidentally harvest anything. No, I didn't. Good. I'm not that much of a noob. Holy crap. So I think what I want to do as soon as I finish repairing my stuff up is just take a peek around the immediate area surrounding the barn. I realize that I'm not going to do that very often because I would like to spend as much time in the barn as possible. The point is to survive in the barn. So you've got to be doing stuff in here. You've got to be sleeping in here. You have to be living in the location that the game tells you to. I don't think it counts that you're just within the proximity of it. And if it does, then that's going to be a rude awakening for me later. But I'm going to treat it as though I have to be inside. So I just want to get all my stuff as repaired as possible, having pretty good luck with the repair rate so far on my stuff.
I need to find food.
Oh yeah, let's not lose the impending well-fed bonus. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we're fine. We are completely and totally fine. Fine. I'll say it. Not just any grape soda, Stacy's grape soda. I didn't say it at all last episode, not because I didn't want to, but because I felt the barn meme coming, you know, and that was such a momentous moment for me that like I didn't want another classic meme to cheapen it in any way, you know. So we can give Stacy her due. It's not just any grape soda; it's Stacy's grape soda, and I picked up 3 of them, not 1, not 2, but 3, and didn't say a damn word for an entire episode. There was nearly a revolt in live chat when this episode, or the previous episode, was premiering. Let me tell you, but it's fine because I remembered. Legion. That meme will always be a meme, just like the one that we came up with last episode. So, having done that, I'm now in much better shape food-wise. And see, this is what I was talking about. Look at my exhaustion. This is the thing. And that code that I put in the first episode's comments, it's a pinned comment on episode 1. You can go back and check it if you want to get it. Does away with this problem. It's not going to be a problem for the purposes of this series because we need the ability to exhaust ourselves quickly and sleep more to pass the time so that we're not taking as much episode time achieving these 3-day objectives. But look at our exhaustion meter. Look at the time meter in the upper right. It's noon. And I'm already like almost halfway tired, which I suppose in this case, since I've been up, it's like the game equivalent of 3 or 4 a.m., maybe that's understandable, but you lose a lot of energy for not doing a lot of things in default vanilla Voyager difficulty, which is what the NOMAD challenge seems to be based on. So that's something that'll be worth keeping an eye on. But let's see here. Is there anything else that I can... I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. That's a big calorie load, I know, but it's low condition, and I don't want to get food poisoning from an 850 calorie item later. I would rather have that now and not have to sweat it too much than get food poisoning from it later and regret that I didn't have it right now. So let's take a look around. Again, I'll poke my head outside just a moment, but I want to make sure that I didn't overlook anything last episode because streamer brain is a thing. Yeah, see, I didn't search these drawers. I'm going to leave the spray paint for now. We got a note left behind. Scrawled musings of the survivor who is here before you. Let's see what they had to say. Forgot to read it, but we can still read it. It's fine. Oh, we've already picked up 2. Nice. Oh, yeah. The bread recipe. Backer 3781. I've seen that one before. Good stuff. And what was the first one? As a plant goes to seed in the fall, a period of hibernation sets in until spring. As the weather warms, plant seeds into loose soil with plenty of sun. Keep moist, but not wet. Why do you have to use that word? If the final frost has not passed, keep seedlings indoors at night, as a single shock of cold can stun, if not kill, young plants outright. Spread plantings out over several months to keep producing into the fall. Green leafy vegetables will survive the following winter indoors. So a couple of recipe-like food cultivation related notes that we picked up so far. Anything else on the floor? And I will light the lantern because it is still a little dark in here. Oh, and don't worry if you... Oh, nice. Got more firewood. Didn't see that either. If you were not here... I don't think I even came in here. That was fir firewood. If you were not here for the premiere and able to join us for the live chat, I want you to know, just especially if you're watching this in the backlog, not watching it right as the episodes come out, took you a while to realize the channel's back. I understand. I've been gone a while. If you weren't here for that, you should know, and I'm sure they would want you to know, that they held me accountable for walking around everywhere last episode in the daytime with this frickin' lantern out and turned on. Yeah, I did that. I don't have a good explanation for you either, but I did that. I don't have a good explanation for you right now. It's a little bit better because we're in a kind of dark interior space and I don't want you to be completely blind to my YouTube video, but it is a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to drop this stuff here. And I do want to make another visit, or take another visit upstairs. Make another visit, take another visit, both of those. No, I think make actually worked better. All right. Just triple checking a lot of these things that I might have overlooked during my first visit. I know I came back here because I remember when I came back here I was talking about the changes to the loot system. I could drop through the floor right here if I wanted to, but I'm not feeling like too much of a daredevil right now. So, let me step outside. We're going to check the immediate surrounding area and then come right back in. Just to make sure there's nothing like extraordinary that I'm missing out on. Like another soda. That's... And a crunchy stuff. Nice, there we go. I got crunchy stuff. If you're here, and you get it, you get it. If not, no worries. Yeah, I can have little memes too. You know? Not everyone has to get the memes. I like vague references. Alright, there's a piece of scrap metal. Guess I'll pick it up. Ooh. You know what can sometimes be in this target here? I know you're never going to expect this. I know that it's inconceivable, even, that you would find arrows in an archery target. But hey, I got some arrows. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. But that was the first time I used it. What are you talking about? Yep, less than halfway into the second episode, and Hadrian is talking to himself. It's going to be fine. Legion, it's going to be fine. I'm going to get back in the swing of things. I'm going to remember how to talk through gameplay. And, it'll be like no time has passed at all. Or something approximating that. Hey, that's a doe. Thought it was a wolf because of its general size and stature. But that's a doe. That's a wolf, though. Alright, got some firewood. See, this is why I want to come out here. Because, especially if we're going to be indoors a lot... Yeah, I'm sorry, spray paint. I'm sorry, I just can't bring myself to care about you right now. We might use you... Stop making demon noises, doe. No one cares. The doe make really demented, frightening noises, okay? I'm not making that up. That's not a joke. I need to talk back to them to maintain my own mental health. My sense of sanity. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. But anyway, I can't bring myself to care that much about... I have to be honest, I can't bring myself to care that much about the spray paint. I haven't been able to bring myself to do so at all. There will probably be uses for it in maybe the whiteout challenge, which, by the way, again, on a more serious note, for those of you who weren't here for the premiere, I pointed out in chat, there was one moment during the first episode that I just outright misspoke, not realizing it. Didn't catch myself. So just to be clear, I mentioned in the previous episode that I have done the NOMAD challenge on the channel before, but of course, if you were listening closer to the beginning of the episode, I said I'd never done it. That is accurate. I've never done this challenge before. What I have done on the channel is I have done the whiteout challenge, and that's the one that could actually be useful, where the spray paint could be useful, but we'll have to see. We shall have to see. All right, I'm going to put this stick in a slightly different spot, just so that I can remember that I have it in a slightly different spot. And let me now go back to what I was doing before, because I still don't think I've harvested all my clothing. So yeah, we got the new urban parka, which is one of the better parkas in the game. It's not the very best one, but it's a pretty good one. And now let's just keep harvesting stuff and passing time. So what we're doing right now is we're just spending as much time in this location as we can. And once we've been here for 3 days, we will be able to move on to the next Pleasant Valley location, which I'll double check my list once we're getting closer to leaving, but it's likely to be Signal Hill, because I think that's where the next location is. Okay, and that is everything. So now it's just a matter of repairing things up. And again, remember, I am sorting by condition so that I'm looking at my lowest condition items first. Those don't always give you the biggest improvements, because low condition gloves are not going to... Let's say you have 50% condition gloves, and for example, a 50% condition parka. Repairing the 50% condition gloves might take one less material, one less cloth than the parka, but aside from that, it's not going to give you as much of a warmth bonus as something like a big item like a parka. So, like, that is one thing about sorting by condition that can be kind of counterintuitive is that, like, if the lowest condition item you have is your gloves, that's not necessarily the thing you should be repairing first, especially if you have limited cloth. So bear that in mind with what I mentioned last episode about sorting things by condition and using that to determine what you're going to repair. Because sometimes the best items are like you sort by condition and then find what's the heaviest item. What's the thing that weighs the most on your body, you know? And actually, come to think of it, I just realized these are reversed. These are totally reversed. So we're going to put the urban parka on the outside and then put that, or the inside, and then put the light shell on the outside. Why? Because the light shell has better wind protection. So we still get the warmth bonuses from both, but with the better wind protection item on the outer layer, visible on the paper doll, now we'll have a little bit better protection against the wind. Again, it's not something I'm super concerned about in a playthrough of this difficulty, but I still, you know, I don't want to be completely irresponsible. I'm kind of curious. All right, 0.9 days. That sounds about right. That's actually pretty good because I went outside for a bit, but it's still giving me credit for being here for almost a full day. So I guess that just means I either stayed inside as much as I needed to, or I really, you know, it's possible that just being in the proximity of the barn was enough, but I don't want to test that theory and be wrong because that would be a waste of time and a shame. Anything under the truck? Nope. Let's see what else I'm carrying because I can definitely get rid of additional things if needed. I'm gonna drink some water just to keep that nice and low. Also, I think I might have fuel. I do. Let's go ahead and refuel the lantern since I burned so much of the fuel last time. Chat held me accountable. They made sure that I knew what a terrible long dark... I'm kidding. No, they didn't talk that way. It was very nice. I had a great time at the premiere. Thank you to all of you who came. As is usual channel custom, whenever I debut a new series, we will do premieres where we can all hang out and watch them. And I do try to make them longer, at least 35 minutes plus, sometimes 45 minutes. Even some premieres have been close to an hour because if you're all hanging out, you know, it's fun to be there for a beefier amount of time. That's another inside joke right there. Beef. You know what? We're just like... We're 2 episodes into this, not even 2 episodes into this, and we're already layering micro memes and macro memes. I love it. I love it. Been gone for way too long, and yet they just keep coming. And I appreciate you for it. I can't remember. Can you actually go out this door? No, you can't. To tell you the truth, I don't know if I've ever attempted that. What I just attempted. I'm going to leave the bedroll there because I'm going to be sleeping in it momentarily. I should be sleeping in it now, honestly. Let me just take another look around. I checked there, I checked there, I checked there, I checked there, I checked there. And yes, I know that's what I could be using the spray paint that I have so much disdain for. I don't have disdain for it. I am of a generation of Long Dark players that existed before the mapping features. The mapping features actually have gotten a lot better. There's like the memento caches that have been added to the game, which I mentioned in the previous episode as well. Those caches, those additions to the game are actually quite good as far as incentivizing you to use the map making system. So speaking of that, let me get some charcoal so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's get some charcoal from the fire barrel. There we go. Got 4 charcoal from that. Let's step outside. And now, see, I do it so rarely that I went to the wrong menu first. Did you see that? Did you catch that? Don't worry. I caught it for you and pointed it out. Get wrecked, Hadrian. All right, surveying local area. So that's how mapping works. If by chance you haven't seen it in the Long Dark or haven't played in a while. And for a while when this was added, there was a generation of Long Dark players, including myself, that was kind of like, we're used to having our own mental head map. Like, we're used to kind of just keeping track of stuff. But the game has added ways for you to kind of keep track of where you've been, where you want to go, and spray paint is one of them. You can mark things in the world, which I haven't found a great use for that yet because I'm used to not having it and getting by without it, but eventually I might adapt. One thing the game has added that's going to be quite useful when things get tougher, and thanks to my fellow content creator, Wands and Only, for reminding me of this. He streams over on Twitch if y'all are not familiar with him. But one thing that I had completely and utterly forgotten about was where are they? General notes. I straight up forgot that this was added to the game. So it's just a place for you to write notes to yourself as far as like what you have where. Barn. 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 So that's handy. I'm going to go ahead and sleep because I need to. So we can sleep for about... we can actually sleep for about the amount of time I slept last episode and then got rudely awakened by being fully rested. So let's say 9 hours. You woke up fully rested. There we go. Deja vu. All right, so that's that. How much time have we spent here now? That should be 1.3 days. All right, so we're getting there. Let me go ahead and take the... What can I do? What can I, like... I suppose I could do some additional... I might be able to harvest some things up. Oh, I know what I can do. Hang on. I'm trying to think of things that I can do to pass the time. And I can't repair in the dark. But there are some items I might be able to salvage in the dark. Like I can, for example, harvest. Unfortunately, that broken arrow, it's only going to take 5 minutes away from me. That's not ideal. I could pass the time. For those of you thinking it, yes, I very well could. I'm going to go ahead and harvest this too. The likelihood that I actually use any of these arrows is going to be quite small. So I'm going to compromise with myself by harvesting the crappy arrows. I'll keep the good ones. I guess one thing I could do is I could go ahead and cook. I don't have a box of tea yet, but I have this 21% coffee, and that's like calling to me right now for me to cook it. I don't have any fuel on me because I've been good with my... let's see if I can do this in the dark. Stick. I did it. I did it, Legion. I found it in the dark. Okay. We're not going to use accelerant this time. Or you know what? Yes, we are. Everything's fine.
Perfect.
All right, there's the cedar firewood. Let's go ahead and throw the fir firewood on there as well. And now, we've got some firelight. There we go. We're just going to throw down a couple of cans. I don't know why I was going to the food tab there. And let's cook some coffee. Because I have lots of water. So I'm doing this for actually 2 reasons. I need to get rid of some of my water. We're going to pass time. I'm not going to drink this coffee, because that'll make me more awake, and that's bad. I need to be able to sleep. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. But tell you what, let's go ahead and just... Let's cook all of it. Let's just be done with it. It does mean I'm going to be carrying around an additional pound or so. Each cup of coffee is 0.22 pounds. So... once you have 5, that is, of course, 1 pound. All right, should be 1 more in there. Yep, perfect. And then how much water do I have left? 0.67 gallons. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to do anything else. So let's see. We will pass time until we're ready. Take it. Pick it up. And this, of course, is giving us cooking skill as well. And for those of you who didn't think of it already, because I thought of it while I was watching the premiere with everyone, I joked about how I didn't have any feats or badges at the beginning of the last episode because I spend so much time on custom difficulty and because I haven't touched the challenges since the game launched to Wintermute. But one of the things that this challenge, this will be kind of a fun side bonus not only for me, but for y'all to watch. One of the things that this challenge and that this meta series is going to do for me is I'm going to be able to gain those particular feats. I'm going to be able to gain the badges that I have not had in the past. Obviously, I'll get the badges because I'll complete the challenges, but I will also get the feats because these count as standard game modes, I believe. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I don't assume that I'm 100% right because, again, the challenges are not something I've spent a ton of time with. All right, so honestly, I'm just going to pass some time here to tell you the absolute truth. That's what I'm going to do. I know I still got this fire going. Is there anything else that I can cook? No. I'll tell you what I can do, though. I can grab a couple of torches out of here. I can already hear, like, some OG subscribers going, "Who are you?" Hadrian never does this. What are you doing? Yeah, I know. I know. It's weird. It's weird. I know. But I'm just going to go with those three because I don't want to carry around too much. And let's see. 59, 58 minutes. Yeah. Let me go ahead and sleep for as long as I can. It's probably just going to be an hour. And then I'm going to pass some time until I'm awake. Pass time, let's say 6 hours. So we're just going to watch that moon go down, watch the sun come up. And you know what? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about my traditional approach to Let's Playing the Long Dark versus what's going on here now. Because we have so many resources. Like, so many. I'm going to go ahead and eat this dog food before it drops in condition too much more. And we're going to find more. So I think what I'm going to do, even before this episode's over, we're going to push through the remainder of the time in the barn. And so this will be our last episode in the barn. That's what I'm going to do. That makes sense. Because I have enough to pass copious amounts of time. So why not just do it? Because not only will that help me in a passive way with my inventory management, because I'm getting rid of things that I'm carrying, it'll prepare me to make the next journey to the next spot. Sorry, I just got really close to the mic without realizing it. Felt my lip touch the mic and I was like, oh, okay, microphone. Hi, you're right here. How's it going? How you doing, everybody? This is Maximum Bass Hadrian. In case it's been too long since you've heard this. I mean, you've had lots of videos to listen to it at any point, but in a fresh video, it has been a while, I suppose. Anyway, 51, 41 pounds, 66 pounds. Yeah, so we're already losing some weight from the stuff that I'm kind of eating. So I think, yeah, let's take a look at the journal. 1.6, yeah, we're gonna just pass a crap ton of time. So I know I don't have to use the bedroll to do this. If you didn't know that, you don't have to use the bedroll to do it. Am I good on thirst? Yes, I am. Just double checking that, because that's the one thing you really don't want to mess up. And I can't actually recall if passing time, calories are going to be fine. I've got 1,000 buffered against what I'm going to burn here. But I can't recall if passing time makes you thirstier faster. But I've already scouted everything here. I don't have anything that interesting to discuss with y'all where it would be more fun for me to just gab while passing time normally surviving here. So in order to get through this particular challenge, I think it makes sense to pass more time since we're recording it. And you can let me know if you think that approach is not a good one. But at least for these first couple of locations, that's what I'm going to do. Sprain risk. Okay, see, now I'm super tired, and that's ideal. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to drink a few more sodas. I'm going to eat that. I'm eating my low condition items first, just to make sure that those are dealt with. We're going to drink this soda. Or drink that water, rather. Already drank all the sodas. And now we're going to sleep for 10 hours. And this should be really interesting because now it'll be 2+ days. I don't know exactly how much, but we'll push through the rest. And then we can begin our trek towards Signal Hill. Let's take a look at that because I mentioned toward the end. Yeah, 2.5. Perfect. Half day and we're done. So, Camp Office, Mystery Lake. Trapper's Cabin, Mystery Lake. Forester Lookout, Mystery Lake. Upper Dam, Lower Dam, Mystery Lake. Barn, Pleasant Valley. Radio Control Hut, Pleasant Valley. Skeeter's Ridge, Pleasant Valley. Rural Store, Pleasant Valley. Quonset Garage, Coastal Highway. Abandoned Lookout. Wait a minute. Abandoned Lookout. Is that the ruined lookout in Mystery Lake? Probably. That's the mystery one. That's the one that was throwing me off last episode where I was looking at the list and I wasn't saying it out loud, but I'm saying it out loud now. That's the one I'm not sure of. Cinder Hills Coal Mine, I think that is actually one of the tunnels that we have to survive in. So we'll have there are definitely a few on here that I'll have to search for, but I'm going to make that part of the challenge. I'm going to make it part of the fun. I like that idea that some of these things I'm not quite sure where they are. Hopefully that makes it more fun for you as well watching because there's a sense of like okay, he's going to have to feel his way around for some of these locations and do a little bit of exploring. But for now, I know exactly where we're going, and we're going to work our way in that general direction. Let's go ahead and accomplish our first objective. We're going to do it right now. You ready? There we go. Yeah, so apparently passing time builds up thirst at the same rate that sleeping does. It doesn't seem to be any better or worse, which you would think that like you might get thirstier while passing time, while you're awake, while your body is fully functioning. But apparently it doesn't seem to work that way, at least on this difficulty level in the long dark. The more you know. Insert copyrighted chime sound here. Location complete. Barn. There it is. Barn is done. The barn's done, guys. It's done. Barn. It's done. And we got well fed. Holy crap. What a conclusion. So with that, tell you what, just to give I'm pretty sure that when you finish passing time, you get a save point, and I probably just missed it because I was so excited about well fed. But I just slept for an hour to give myself the save point. I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we are going to leave the barn. We can be a little sad about it. It's fine. It's allowed. It's cool. I will allow it, accept it. You know, you can express your feelings if you like, but we're going to leave the barn. And we're going to go to Signal Hill and visit that particular location. That's exciting not only because it's our next objective, but also because there's going to be a lot of stuff there. Probably even better stuff than we found here. There tends to be pretty good loot there, even on Stalker and Interloper difficulty. So on Voyager, I'm pretty optimistic, and hopefully you are as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.